Beautiful Sagittarius, this is Tammy with Spot On Psychic Readings. I'm here to do your weekly reading for February. Can't believe it's the middle of February already. Where's that gone? Chippy came in to join all of you animal lovers today, and I always give him a little cookie before the reading, so he'll have his cookie and go take a nap. Okay. It's becoming a thing on this channel. Everybody's saying, I want a cookie and a nap. Me too, right? Okay, so I'm going to pull these by feel for you, Sag. Let's see what's going on. Let's see, I've got the Lightworker cards today, and I'm going to pull these because, you know, Sagittarius, of all the signs, you guys are really, like a lot of you, are Lightworkers and have a lot of special skills and a lot of special talents. So I like to use these cards because a lot of you know that you're star beings. You know that you're from someplace besides here or in addition to here. Okay. So let's see what comes up, Sag, from these cards. They're a little sticky. Okay. People question sometimes how I'm doing this. I pull with these two fingers primarily when I do the cards like this, but when I'm shuffling through, I'm literally feeling whatever energy is under there. Okay. I get people that get very weird and uptight about how I shuffle. So, not necessarily Sagittarius, but okay. So Sag, here's what you don't see coming. And usually you guys are so supportive, so thank you for that. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you're here. Here's what you don't see coming is the blue flame. Okay, spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. Wow. And we've talked about this before. Now, this is what you don't see coming, so I feel like if you've seen this before, and I know we've talked about it on here before, is some of you have seen the blue lights in the ceiling, and you know about the blue flame beings and people and everything that has to do with this blue energy. Okay, and this is going to be contacting you soon or making itself known to you soon. There's something here you don't see coming with this. It's exciting. So let's see what we've got going on here. So I'm going to look at these and then we'll do some clarification. Now with Sag, a lot of times I like to look at the really ethereal, spiritual, light worker, star being kind of part of you. And then I go into the traditional tarot, which I'm going to do today in a few minutes, and clarify these cards so we get the earthy side too, because Sagittarius is very, very multidimensional. So I feel like it's the only way to really do justice to your readings, okay? And I go by feel on everything. You know, I'm an empath, so depends on, you know, sometimes I do the readings different for Sag, just depending on what I'm being led to do. Okay. So, wow, Earth School. First thing up, what's most significant? Earth School. Okay. So, Sag, this is about life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. Yeah, and I know a lot of you have mentioned to me Earth School, and I've definitely been in what I call, during my dream state, I've been in what I have called the School of the Universe. And it's been really interesting. It's been a long time since I actually remember being there. Have you guys experienced that? I probably met some of you there at the School of the Universe, but especially in the late 80s and early 90s, I was in that School of the Universe a lot in my sleep. And I know this has to do with Earth School. And it's very, very interesting. And I feel like there in the Earth School, people are learning to be spirit guides, and learning to be psychics. At least that seemed to be the classes I took. Okay. I'd be really curious to hear your comments on that. So here's your challenge card this week, Sag. This is the Whale and the Orca Elders. Share your song. Some of you are sound therapists. Some of you are animal healers. It goes right into this. Share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. Okay, and I always try to dive deep in your readings. So let's see, this is what's in your aura this week. This is very interesting. You're not alone. Some of you may be feeling alone. This is what's in your aura, what you're thinking about. you're really not alone. This is the card of isolation, physical connection, and community. And I know, Sag, when you're multidimensional, it's really hard sometimes to find your tribe. And if you're here right now, I'm really glad, because you're part of our tribe here on Spot On with the Sagittarius community. Really, really glad you guys are here. And what's further down, deeper down, is star bathing. Okay? And this is about light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. So there's something about you being isolated, but also activating. You know, sometimes you can't activate when you're among just, you know, masses of people. By just too much noise, you know, because a lot of you are really sensitive to sound, especially with the sound frequency, this Dolphins card. I know you're very highly sensitive to any kind of frequencies, sound, electricity. I think I've mentioned before, I can literally hear electricity in the walls. And sometimes I flip the breakers off because it bothers me so much. So any kind of noise can really throw off your focus and your activation and you being really in tune with who you are. Okay? Really highly sensitive. And I know a lot of you have read the highly sensitive person books, the HSPs. A lot of HSPs that come into this channel as well. So welcome. You're in good company here for sure. Here's what's moving into your past, Sag. This is the great severing. There's going to be a great severing. This is about Mars energy. There could be anger, conflict, and you're needing to soften to love. But I feel like this has already happened, sort of moving, inching its way into the past at this time for you. Now, here's your future cards. So we're going into the future, big picture thinking. Look at this card, it's so pretty with that big portal door going into the universe there. The big picture, thinking of the big picture. This is in your immediate future. This is Pleiades energy. Pleiades energy, visionary and inspired ideas, okay? So a lot of you are visionaries. You see what's coming. You know, you're as clairvoyant as I am. I know a lot of psychics and tarot readers come onto this channel, and I'm really glad to have you. So welcome. Please bring all your friends. Let's build our tribe here, okay? So we need each other, you know, seriously, and it does help us see the big picture. And a lot of you are visionary, and I feel like this week you're going to be more visionary than usual. Okay, I feel like this is coming up really strong for you about the time you watch this, you know, this week. A little more extent. I got the goosebumps on that. I think we may even have a picture where a lot of people see some sort of a vision. I'm going to be really curious to read you all's comments this week, because I feel like there's something here really coming together with our Sagittarius tribe. And I feel like, I don't know, there's something about the mass communication, the mass consciousness that we're creating here. I feel like it's going to bring in visions. There's something about being visionaries this week. So we'll see. Keep your eye open for that. Literally. All of your eyes. Okay? Don't follow. Okay? And this is about pave a new path. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. And that's coming up through the end of this month, a little more extended future. And I know a lot of you are leaders, especially in your field. You know, people on here who do Reiki, and people who are into like healing animals, and acupuncturists, and, you know, chiropractors, all kinds of people who do a lot of alternative healing and things like that. You are leaders, and I feel like you're going to be leading even more. Sometime, you know, going into the near future this month and on into March and April, they're saying to me right now, I feel like you're going to be having a voice and having an influence at this time for some reason. Okay, so keep your eyes open for that too. All three of them. Okay, so here's how other people are seeing you at this time, Sag, and this is about surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy. So we have Mars energy, and now we got Venus energy. Very balanced, very balanced. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. And this is how people are seeing you, like being very joyful, really enjoying your life. Maybe you're going to the beach, maybe you're going on vacation, maybe you're doing some sort of water therapy of some sort. But this is views of others. They're like, I could just hear some people going, what's up with Sag? Like, how do they do all that? Why, how are they bringing in all these unusual jobs, and why do they have this weird career? You know, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm getting with that, a lot of it. And also, you're focusing on love. We've talked about that previously on this channel. You know, the guides had said to me to pass along to you all the message they gave me, which was focus on love. They've been saying it repeatedly. Focus on love. Unconditional love, any kind of love. Love of flowers, love of puppies, love of people. You know, it doesn't have to be romantic love, but focus on love. Okay? So here we have the void, and this is something that's sort of starting to go into the past a little bit, but I think something that maybe has been worrisome to some of you. This is about stop, embrace winter, and the great cosmic womb. It looks kind of like a black hole. And this is maybe how you've been feeling, and it may be giving you anxiety at this time, but it is a learning process, and it definitely goes along with this Earth School card. There's also, in your hopes and fears position, a child of the cosmos. A child of the cosmos. And this is the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Do you know how many times they brought this particular card up in Sagittarius readings? This intelligence lies within you. And I know you feel that. And sometimes you know almost too much, quote unquote, and it gives you anxiety. It's like you know things sometimes you wish you didn't know. Okay, or you know things that you had no way of knowing. You know, you just know things. Okay, and it can be anxiety producing at times, and that's why it's in the hopes and fears, the fears position. And also, that is a final outcome. Yeah, okay. This is the final outcome card, this intelligence within card, because this was what you don't see coming is the blue flame. Okay, with that said, let's go in and clarify a few things here, Sag, and get you some earth messages now. Because you are a spiritual being living in both worlds, living multi-dimensional. You're light workers. You may know that. You may feel it. You may feel like you're different, like you just don't fit in here on this earth life. But yet you're living an earth life. So we're going to look into the details of some of that for you right now. The first thing is your fire energy. Of course, here's the Queen of Wands, Sag. This is all about you being very fiery, being superwoman. You're doing all these different dimensional things all at one time. Okay? Some of you might be living parallel lifetimes. The Queen of Wands is like superwoman. She gets everything done. She handles her career, her earth life, her light worker life, runs the kids everywhere, all of that. That's what's really significant for you right now on your earth plane, Sag. You may be sad. There's 5 of Cups showing up. You might be sad at this time, and it might be causing you a conflict. Let's ask a little more about that. Yeah, some of you are just wanting to get out of here. I hear this from people saying this to me, like, I'm not going to do anything about it. Don't worry about me, but I don't want to be here anymore. And this is what this card says, this 8 of Cups. It's like, there's sadness. I feel like there's this deep inner sadness with a lot of you. And it's like you want to say goodbye and move on. And that feeling, it could be different for everybody, okay, really. But that feeling, I think, overall is we're ready for the earth to split, and we're ready to get into that 5th dimension energy because we're tired of 3D. We know, we have this intelligence within, okay? And Sag, I keep saying we because I'm Sagittarius too, so I get this really strongly with you guys. But there's something here about there's something better. You're ready to shift. We're right on the precipice of that shift and ready to say goodbye. And it's making you kind of sad. Like, I feel like just this earth existence for a lot of you is just making you feel really sad and maybe betrayed and feeling like maybe you were made promises before you came here in between lives that haven't worked out the way you thought or the way you were promised. I've had this conversation with my guides a few times, like, I thought this was going to happen. I thought I was going to be an ice skater and ride horses all the time, all that stuff. And so, yeah. Here's the Thief card. Wow, Seven of Swords. Now we're back to 3D here, very strongly in 3D. I feel like a lot of you feel like you've had something taken from you. Let's ask more about this. And that's some of that sadness too. Like you've been robbed. You feel like you've been robbed in this 3D. Whoa. That gave me cold chills. Here's the Devil card right next to this theft card. And this is, you know, got the spiritual warfare thing going on here. That's what this is, Sagittarius. This is why it almost took the breath out of me when I pulled that. In fact, I'm going to turn it over. But that is really, really describing what's going on with us waiting on that shift. And we're sad. And, we, you know, Sag especially wants it to happen. You're ready for this to happen. And there, you felt betrayed. And some of that came in because of that toxic devil energy where you were robbed. You were robbed of some things that were supposed to happen in this lifetime. And they didn't because of that negative energy. Whew. Wow. Really, the number of times I have had that conversation with my guides, you know, you guys, like, seriously, it's like I was shown one thing, but have experienced another. And it's not their fault. It does go to that dark energy, and it does go to the spiritual warfare stuff that we're in at this time. It's gotten really strong. Wow. Okay, but look at this. There's a cloud with a silver lining with this Ace of Swords coming in. So keep this in mind. This is also angelic guidance, angelic protection, and this is something really, really amazing and beautiful comes out of all of this darkness. You know, if you feel like you're dealing with a lot of this darkness that I'm talking about, something really good is coming out of that with this Ace of Swords, new beginnings, okay? And also, can you see this card? It has the dove on it. Always makes me think of the dove of peace. Really, really important card. So let's go over here and let's ask, where do we want to go? Let's go to these tea leaf cards and just get some final words, Sag, okay? I love that you all came up as the Queen of Wands. And it could be the King of Wands. You know, for some of you, it's up to you to flip it as it fits for you, okay? I just read them as they come up. Here's the Dagger. Fear, worries, and tense situations for some of you on this 3D level. I know I can feel the difference, and I hope you can. The difference in these light worker cards, which are more 5D, and these more 3D cards, the Dagger or the Inner Intelligence. I mean, you can feel the difference in the weight. You know, there's just such a heavy energy with this Dagger card. Fear, worries, tense situation. Lobster. There might be financial pinch for some of you. Yeah, and coins, but money will be coming to you. So they're like, don't worry about this financial pinch because money is coming in, okay? That's a reassurance for you at this time. Let's see what else. I got super cold when I pulled that Devil card. Go figure. It's like the temperature in the room dropped about 5 degrees. It feels really cold in here. Let's clear that. Archangel Michael, just come on in and clear that, please. Thank you. Okay, let's see what we got here. The Owl. Good advice from a wise person. We've got the Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. And some of you might be dealing with a fair-haired woman, okay? And that could be, you know, white, blonde, gray hair. Fair-haired woman. Let's switch over, see if there's anything else here, Sag. Final words for Sag. Oops, and this one. The Box. You will receive a gift. Now I have to dig into that, see what that is. Beware of greed. And that's coming from somebody else. I don't feel like that's you, Sag. You guys are very generous all the time. So why is there a gift? You're going to receive a gift. What is that? Of course, it is almost Valentine's Day. So there's going to be someone going out of your life with this Coffin card. Get back to the basics with the Quill. And the shield, you need to defend yourself. You need to defend yourself. Okay, but what about that gift? What about the gift? There's an exciting event with the gong. The 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. That's your gift. That's your gift right there. And there might be trouble or accusations, so just watch out for trouble or accusations. And I would say that's coming from this toxic energy. Okay. So great good fortune. I'm going to leave you with that today, Sag. Okay. So this is definitely on your 3D level. And this beautiful child of the cosmos, I'm going to leave you with this on the 5D level today, because there's all that going on. That's the thing. You guys are very multidimensional, so there's always a lot. It depends on what level we look at. Which timeline do we look at? And the timelines are moving on top of deciding where to zone in to do these readings for you. The timelines are moving, you know. And there's a lot I could say about timelines, but anyway, we should do a whole reading on that sometime. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Because the timelines used to not be as big of a deal as they are now. And now there are many timelines, and they do move around, and they change, and they, you know, kind of all over the place with timelines. And I think that sometimes you're in a whole different timeline in your dream state, or when you're on the astral plane, or when you're meditating, or even if you're just driving down the road and you go around a curve, you could find yourself in a different timeline. So they do shift around quite a bit anymore, very movable. So again, I welcome your comments. I can't wait to hear it. Thank you so much for being here. I just looked at the clock. It said 2222. Okay, I'll leave you with that.